When I was a young man, somebody gave me some really, really important life advice. I suppose I am still a young man by many of your standards. Uh, Middle-aged by most, but anyway, the advice went something like this. Anything that you want to do as a living, you can do. Because if you're interested in it, you can find someone else who is. The two of you can trade and do business together. And if there's one of you, and there's two of you, there's probably more than that. Go find the others. But a lot of people think that they have to do whatever it is that their parents told them was a good idea. You know, you become a doctor or a lawyer or an engineer, or find a nice, safe, secure job and do accounting or sell insurance or whatever. And most people are completely disillusioned with that. They don't want to do that. They see that no matter how much money it makes, it's a completely dead-end way to spend one's life. And I felt that way too. And he said, you can do basically anything that you want to do. But you need to pick something that you're passionate about, and you need to pick something that you can stand to do every day, and that you can really love doing. Because you're not going to do yourself or anyone else any favors if you don't. Because at the end of the day, if you hate what you're doing, then you're not going to give it 110%. You're going to resent doing it, and you're going to do it just long enough to be able to afford everything that you need to be able to come back and keep doing it so you can keep affording whatever it is that you need. And that is an insane way to spend one's life. So you have to narrow it down, figure out what you love, figure out what you like. And then you have to go for it. You have to make an act of faith. You have to make an act of bravery. There's a story about a man who became lost at sea. He found himself on a deserted island. And he sat there for a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years before he finally got the bravery to try to get off of this island. And by then he was fairly comfortable. He figured out a good food source. He figured out how to make fresh water. And when he finally decided to get off of the island and try to become unstranded, he built a raft. And then all of a sudden he found out that all of these unexpected things went well for him. Such as when he tied the raft together with the cordage and he stuck it in the water. Well, after it sailed for a few days, that wood swelled, which really held it in place. It made the raft much sturdier, which came in handy during a storm that came through. And he didn't know how he was going to eat, and that was kind of his biggest concern, but he found that every morning when he woke up, a flying fish would just be on the deck. He'd cook the fish. But he had touched a key. He had made that act of faith. And once he did, found out that all sorts of unexpected things cooperated with him.